Sports pregame show.
The state capitol building aglow in the night air of Sacramento, California. Welcome to 2K. Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. It's a one-game reprieve at home for the Kings, here with their Sacramento fans and then back on the road. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season. They were dominated last year, not a good matchup for them, going 1-3 in the season series.
The game is the first of a three-game season series for these clubs, both looking to take round one.
And, Greg, the first time you face a team in the season, that's when you're looking to take that mental advantage. Demonstrate you're better, and that could make it easier down the road.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. They've got Marc Gasol, Paul Millsap out there with Sanders. Then it's Conley, and it's Booker in at the 2.
And Marc Gasol, surprisingly nimble for a 7-footer. He really moves his feet well at both ends of the floor.
Cousins with another miss. And here are the Grizzlies now. 4-point game. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
The shot's good from Gasol.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And Bellinelli kicks to Collison. To the paint, here's Cousins, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need.
Gasol against Cousins. Gasol's in the post. The turnaround Jay. Gasol can't get that one to fall.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Gay dishes to Cousins. That's good from 17 feet away. Cousins has got his second bucket of the night.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
And Sanders kicks to Gasol. Back to Sanders. Clock at 6. Feeds to Gasol. Shoots from the elbow. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Now we know that Marc Gasol was one of the most sought-after free agents this past summer. Clark all along most figured he'd be back in Memphis.
Yep, a winning team, max dollars. And don't forget now, he went to high school in Memphis while his brother Powell played there. He's where he belongs.
Marc Gasol, a first-time All-Star starter last season. He and his brother Powell both starting in that game. The first time that's ever happened in league history, and having both those guys go head-to-head.
Now here's Gay. 17 points for him last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. AC misses. Memphis leading by 4. Conley the pass to Sanders. Right side Gasol. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Rejected by Gasol. Here's Booker. Good on the three-point shot. Booker's got his first 3 points of the game.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
AC down low. He's against Sanders. It's Gay with the drive. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Gay's got his first points of the game. You look at him physically, and Rudy Gay is the complete package at the small forward spot. Nothing holding him back.
You know, Kevin, he comes in at 6'8", has that solid frame, unbelievable athletic ability with the speed to go with that for a player of his height. He is a true talent.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Tony Allen's checked in for Sanders. Jody Meeks comes in for Booker, and it's Udrih in for Mike Conley. Now, here's Gasol. Game an incredible scoring display for him.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Rondo with it. He's guarded by Udrih. Rondo dishes to Caspi. We've got 1:18 left in the first quarter of the game. Tries again. A nice shot by Koufos.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Here's Gasol. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. While there's a break in the action, let's take a look at the players who had the most steals in the league last season. Tony Allen third.
He showed such tremendous defensive instincts. Trust me, nobody wanted him guarding them last year.
We've watched Gasol play great basketball. He's up to 13 points and also a block shot. He looks like a man among boys right now.
On another level at the moment. Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And it's Butler missing.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Millsap kicks to Meeks. Now the dish to Udrih. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Here's Caspi. And some very quick points for him on that possession. 29 seconds left in the first quarter. Millsap down low. Defended by Koufos.
It's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Yeah, and early on doing a really nice job at the free throw line.
Yeah, getting to the line and converting, Greg, that's the big thing. It's always good when you can do that because it stabilizes your offense.
And a wide open look for Rondo. And the first shot of the night for him missing. Pass to Meeks. Shoots the three. It's good. This time the assist from Udrih. Meeks got his first 3 points of the game.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential. And a chance now to hear from Paul Millsap talking about the confidence of his team.
You know, our attitude approaching the game has been, you know, we can beat any team in this league. You know, if we work together and, you know, put everything into play, you know, we'll be all right. And that's the kind of attitude we've been having, you know.
Greg, it's got to be more than just attitude, right? I mean, ultimately, don't you have to have guys step up and produce in some cases or even overproduce?
You do, but really it is about attitude and confidence. I mean, those are the 2 elements that if you bring to the table, you really will have a chance to beat anyone. And so don't discount that attitude when you're on a roll. They call it getting your swag on today. Back in the day, it was called having your mojo working. Right. So same thing, and you can ride that for quite a way.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, the Grizzlies enjoying a nice lead here.
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
Rajon Rondo is out there with Bellinelli. Then there's Rudy Gay. Then it's Quincy Ace. And it's Cousins in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings. Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
And they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage. That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
And they double up this off. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. Darren Collison, he's checked in for the Kings.
Darren Collison.
Here is Sanders. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Warriors in Oakland.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
You know, guys, Memphis waltzed through the first round against Portland. The second round, a lot tougher against Golden State. They went up 2-1 in that series, but couldn't hold on to that lead.
And, guys, Memphis would lose 2 of their 3 games at home against Golden State. So things got tough with the Conley injury and missing Tony Allen as well. But they did put up a good fight, ultimately, though, falling in 6 games to the Warriors.
DeMarcus Cousins can really be unstoppable at times on offense. He's shown star qualities ever since he stepped into the NBA. But it wasn't until last season that he was voted to the All-Star game.
The Kings trail by 9. Gay in the corner. There's the 3. Shot is off. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. They've held a 12-point lead early.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
And back to Cousins last year. He was the first Sacramento King to appear in an All-Star game, which is hard to believe, in over a decade. That is a long stretch, a long drought.
I'll tell you what, no question he's been doing a lot of heavy lifting here early in his career. But I tell you what, you surround him with some sick talent, and I can see rings in this young man's future. Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
You know, last season, DeMarcus Cousins had several triple-doubles. But with Cousins, he would have 20-plus rebounds to go along with 20 points and 10 assists. That's amazing for a big man, for any man, as a matter of fact.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And for Cousins, those 20-20-10 triple-doubles are an incredibly rare feat. First time, in fact, that we've seen that in the NBA since 2010.
And he was the first big man since the great Wilt Chamberlain to do it in back-to-back games. So Cousins is one of the rare big men who can do it all and has displayed that multiple times last season.
Here's Bellinelli. Michael Conley making his last shot. There's a screen. 5 on the clock. Takes a 3. The shot by Bellinelli. No good.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Sacramento making some changes. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Caspi comes in for Quincy Ace. And Caron Butler subbed in for Bellinelli. Now here's Butler. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Collison, the pass to Gay. Shot to stop. Oh!
Wow. You know, on the surface, it might seem questionable to attempt a dunk like that when you're behind. But I think he's just trying to give him a spark.
Yeah, what a dunk it was.
And he's got that awe factor. Even look at us. We're all sitting here just waiting for when he goes airborne.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
And guys, you see how Rudy Gay just exploded last season in the second half. I mean, I think he felt at ease in George Karl's system, and I think that's one reason why you're starting to see just how good Rudy Gay can be.
For the Kings, they come in off the loss to Los Angeles.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court.
The Kings making a switch here. Kufis is checked in, and the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down to 10 on the bucket from Butler. Memphis has gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Gasol dishes to Sanders. Lets it go. Whistle blows. If that's going to be a travel. Let's pause to take a look at the teams that really made their opposing teams earn their points a season ago. Second, the Grizzlies.
I mean, they held opponents to so few points that it allowed them to win games even when their offense wasn't clicking.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Darren Collison. Rondo on top, covered by Conley. The drive by Rondo. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Rejected by Millsap. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Here's Rondo. Here's Butler. The rebound by Gasol.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Again, Millsap missing. Now the Kings with it. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. The drive by Rondo. Cauley Stein kicks to Butler. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Good on that shot, and with that, the Memphis lead is cut down to 6 on the bucket from Rondo. The Grizzlies have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. It's stolen by Rondo. Right side, Butler. The open shot by Rondo. Offline from the top of the key.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
All right, Sacramento, please welcome to the court America's best dance crew, your Sacramento Kings dance.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
The clock runs out.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, and it's the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was Marc Gasol setting the pace in the first quarter. He ended up with 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies? Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
It will really help their cause to get to the line more. It's a close game, and every point matters. The team that usually wins a game like this is the more aggressive team.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll...
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. It's been a clinic out there by Marc Gasol.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
So on the floor for Memphis, Paul Millsap out there with Sanders. Then it's Conley, then it's Marc Gasol, and it's Booker in at the 2 spot. It was a rough year last year for fans in Sacramento, but they still come out here to fill up the stands, Greg, even with their team struggling.
Yeah, the new ownership, give them credit. Last year, the Kings marked an 8-year high in terms of attendance. Not bad for a team that really looked to be in the hunt for the postseason, but then just fell apart midway through.
Sanders sets the screen for Conley. AC with the rebound.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
Collison, the pass to Gay. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Collison's got his 3rd assist on the night.
The Kings ended at 18-23 here at home. Not a terrible record for them, given how their whole season went kind of up and down and inconsistent. They even had some home cooking in their favor, as they were the 2nd best team in free throw differential at home. It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
So the Kings call timeout, their first.
Well, a big thing for the Kings to look forward to is the opening of their new arena. They are still looking at opening the downtown arena in the fall of 2016, and Sacramento couldn't be any more excited.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey guys, well, George Karl had some advice for the team in that last huddle. He said their plan was to run their offense through Gay. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. Sanders dishes to Gasol, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
Gay slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
Conley kicks to Millsap, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the 2-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that. And the Grizzlies played so well against all the other playoff teams. Part of it is that they just have a style that matches up well with anyone.
You know, that's the thing with the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, there isn't a team that gives them too much trouble anywhere in the league. They're good at home and on the road. They're used to playing in tight, low-scoring games, and they create that situation with their deliberate style.
A strong season from Darren Collison cut short last year. Break shut down at the end of last February.
Yeah, he had that issue with his hip, and that kind of ended things for him in what had been a promising season. A shame, since he was having the best of his career to date.
The Kings trail by 4. Gay outside. Kicks it to Bellinelli. Gasol with the steal. Memphis moving that ball around. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Collison was having a career year last year, guys. I mean, 16 points a game was a career high for him, and he also shot more threes than ever before.
Gay kicks to Cousins. And here's Gay. He's got 15. 6 to shoot. Here's Cousins. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Cousins has got 9 points.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim. They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense. And I think even in the injury-shortened season, Collison showed he is still a starter in the NBA. Now, he's been used as a super sixth man in the past, but he's just as effective, I believe, at starting the game.
And the rejection by Sanders. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. .153 left in the third. Rondo's shot is off.
All right, Sacramento, please welcome America's best dance crew, your Sacramento.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
It was a trade that seemingly had been talked about for several years. Finally last season, Boston shipping out Rajon Rondo to the Dallas Mavericks, Clark, halfway through the season.
Yeah, and it seemed to me to be a trade that actually helped both teams.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Matt Barnes is checked in for Sanders. Carter comes in for Paul Millsap. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Booker. And Tony Allen subbed in for Mike Conley. Dishes it to Meeks. 6 on the shot clock. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Carter, the pass to Gasol. Off on the layup.
And for Rondo, in the trade, he was able to get out of a rebuilding situation in Boston. It immediately helped a playoff contender in Dallas that was looking for help at that point guard position.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
Caspi dishes to Kufis. The shot is off. Gasol with the defensive effort.
And I tell you what, it was a rough go of things there early on for Rondo and Dallas. And you know, even for great players, it's always an adjustment when you go from a position of comfort to a completely new environment. And even though you're going to a better team, there's going to be some hemming and hawing in terms of your role and how you fit in.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
The Kings making a switch here. Bellinelli's checked in. Gasol a screen. Carter kicks to Gasol. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard, Clark.
Yes,
bringing it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight. You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Allen kicks to Gasol. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so... The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. We've got Rudy Gay. Bellinelli is out there with Collison. Then it's Quincy Ace. And it's Cousins in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Gasol passes to Conley. And the 3 off target. Kings shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Collison kicks to Bellinelli. Here's Cousins. And Gasol sends it back. Outside Millsap. Sanders dishes to Gasol. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Clark, thinking back to when Mike Conley was drafted 4th back in the 2007 draft, 4th overall. He wasn't an instant starter, but he has gotten better every season.
Yeah, it took him a little while. I mean, he was only a freshman coming out of college back in 2007. A slow start. He had to fight for minutes, grind away. Grizzlies kept trying to get his replacement, it appeared, but he stayed the course, and now he's their franchise point guard.
No good from Gay.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Conley with it. Gay picks him up defensively. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Conley. 34 points for Marc Gasol.
You know, you think back, the Grizzlies contemplated trading Mike Conley early on in his career, and I tell you what, aren't they glad that cooler heads prevailed? I mean, his rise has helped propel them to one of the top teams in the Western Conference.
To the inside, Gasol passes to Sanders. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the Grizzlies lead by 12.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Timeout called by the Kings.
And Mike Conley may be the best player in the NBA never to make an all-star team. I really feel like it's unfair to call him underrated now, because if you go around our league, all teams respect what he's been able to do in Memphis.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, Kevin, over that break, I was able to catch the message George Karl was giving to his team. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said, they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Millsap has the open look. Drops in the tray.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
It's Gay with the drive. Comes up empty off the pick.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Here's Gasol. Off target from outside.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down. And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done. I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
The Kings trail by 13. Now here's Collison. Gasol with the steal. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was. Picture perfect with the turnaround. There's no stopping that shot.
He kicks to Cousins. Shoots from 12. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 5 assists tonight. Conley kicks to Gasol. And stolen by Cousins. Inside, here's Gay, and the rejection by Sanders. And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Bellinelli. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor.
Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
The Kings shooting it well here in the fourth quarter at 50%. Collison kicks to Cousins. From down in the low post, it goes. Cousins has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Conley kicks to Gasol. Pulls it up. Offensive rebound. Sanders dishes to Conley. No good.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one. Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
And stolen by Cousins. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
And how about that one-man fast break?
I love the power finish at the end of it, too.
The shot's good from Gasol.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Memphis.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
And that was a huge advantage. The free throw game, always a significant barometer in terms of who wins and loses.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Gasol. He came out and let everyone know that points would be hard to come by with the way he swatted away shots and protected the rim. Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
So it's Memphis picking up the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
Well, Mark, congratulations.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan. Marc Gasol, just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on. And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this.